You're listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hayner.
You may not be able to pick that up from that stuttering video, but this is Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hayner. Charge, are you still with us?
Yeah. So Hayner always has this issue out in New York City, but West Virginia has not gotten high-speed internet either yet. So we're going to wing it from, I don't know where he's at, the Holiday Inn somewhere in Charleston, and I'm at home. So I'll be rolling. But excited that we have two more regional finals to talk about tonight.
We're going to play one of these videos, and if they don't work, the hell with it. We might not do a lot of them. So we're going to see what happens. As always, we play this show fast. We play it loose. This is your preview to get us ready for tonight's games. And honestly, let's get right into it, because I am really excited. Now, I have the pleasure. Let's see where we stand first. The next slide shows us. So we are playing for two more slots. And this finals region, Final 8 in Dayton, is starting to really lit up. Charge, this TNT hard-fire potential collision course of how sexy would that be for what we know? So you didn't hear what I said, Dave.
You said something about a TNT and a Heartfire collision course. So obviously both those teams have punched their tickets into the Dayton regional. So TNT loaded as ever, expected to go far, and Heartfire backing up their big run last year. So those two look very, very strong going into Dayton right now.
I think I'm going to take the next show from the court. We're just going to go there. Okay, so we're going to take it now to Syracuse. Charge, am I still getting through?
Yeah, I got you so far.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we're talking about Syracuse now. Biggest surprise of the region was the Nerd team, which went insane to win that game. And in fact, we were able to catch up with some of the guys' efforts. So you want to hear what the coaches had to say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They were pretty hyped after the game, so let's talk a little bit about it.
Okay, so let's see if this video actually works. This was us talking to the Nerd team head coaching staff. Okay, so we're here with Aaron, Matt, the coaching staff and brain trust of the Nerd team. So, Matt, you said you wanted to send them home. You like the challenge of a hostile environment. No, that's not going to work. The videos are clearly not going to work, which is a bit of a disaster. So we'll just release them separately. We've been putting them on YouTube. We're going to skip the videos. Apparently, they're just not loading. So I go plan Charge?
Yes, skip the videos, but yeah, that nerd win was pretty spectacular. Obviously, I think aside from the Boeheim's Army fans, all of TBT community rejoiced as the nerd team with a miraculous upset over Boeheim's Army. Obviously, Boeheim's Army a little bit of a new team this year from what they had last year, losing Sykes, losing Rice, but they just got pounded with injuries too, so they were kind of a very high-priced shell of what they were last year, and unfortunately wasn't able to hold off the Nerd team.
Yeah, it's funny because Ennis didn't play, and Tanner King played a minute and a half, which means that there were two stars. His boss, Morgan, the distribution wasn't there, which gave the Nerd team a leg up, and then they hit so many shots. What was great is former Memphis player Jelon Kendrick just went off. They had no answer for him the entire game. Charge were able to watch the game. Were you able to watch the Nerd Buffalo game?
Say that one more time.
Charge, were you able to watch the Nerd and Buffalo game?
Yes. Of course, I watched the Nerd and Buffalo game. Like I said, just Nerd team came out extremely hot, killing them from the 3-point line early in the game. It was a fun game to watch. A lot of energy, a lot of momentum, and then just like typical TBT fashion, came right down to the wire. Cuse made a run right at the end in Elam time, but the Nerd team had just enough on that miraculous 3-point banked shot by Tyler Nelson. So it's pretty spectacular.
We actually asked the coaching staff after the game, like, if it was a good shot. They said any shot Tyler takes is by definition a good shot.
Yeah, someone messaged me and said the videos were working, and my video was actually working before you cut it off. So I don't know if it's just choppy on your end. So I don't know if you want to.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I got my phone next to me. We'll run it. Why don't you text me if it starts going bad? And we'll try again. So let's let the Nerds talk. I mean, it's just on my end. So we did interview the Nerds. Let's let them text if it starts going out. Okay, so we're here with Aaron, Matt, the coaching staff and brain trust of the Nerd Team. So, Matt, you said you wanted to send them home. You liked the challenge of a hostile environment. Was it everything you hoped for?
Oh, it was even better. It was even better. I couldn't imagine it. Getting down tight in the Elam. You can't buy some better entertainment out here in Syracuse, New York on a Saturday at 2 o'clock. It was the best.
Now, Aaron, you always, as a coach, obviously preach good shots, good shots, good shots. So a contested leaner to win, good shot though, right?
Absolutely. Tyler Nelson, any shot Tyler Nelson takes, I think is a good shot. Anytime he puts it up, I think it's going in. Even when he late in the shot clock doesn't get a clean look, it's going in always.
Got a chance.
Got a chance.
He threw that up, and I was like, maybe.
Got a chance.
Glad it went in. Glad it went in.
Now, Matt, again, like this lets people know academic schools can play. What's the next step for this team?
Listen, now we got a fantastic game on Monday night. Can't wait for it. Rematch last year's first round. We thought we gave them a great shot last year, and we're looking forward to having that rematch on this court. It's going to be an absolutely hotly contested battle, but we got a lot of respect for Buffalo, and we're looking forward to playing.
And Aaron, is there any way we can get the Prevention of the Nerds guys out here on Monday to celebrate with you? Some taped glasses. What should people be wearing to watch your game? Some glasses? What's the deal?
Glasses like this. Look like
pocket
this,
protectors.
like Goldie. Anything that Goldie does, he's got that nerd vibe going. So.
Gentlemen, go celebrate your team. Thanks for the time.
Is like I said, I think surprised everyone with how well they came out and just Azar Swain was going to have a good tournament, and then Jalen Kendricks came up big, and then obviously Tyler Nelson making those shots to help propel the Nerd Team to that outstanding upset. Go ahead, Hayner. You got it now?
Let me ask you a question. Did the video play fine for you? And I was just sitting here wondering what was going on. Did you see the whole video of No Stutters?
Yeah, the video is the best part of this show. You need to just edit us out.
So I'm just sitting here going, what? I'm texting you like, is it working? So you're talking while I'm delayed. It's always the tech stuff. I swear to God. All right. Anyway, though, let's just get into this some more. This is just wild. So we got the blue collar versus the nerds. Now, first of all, looking at the stats here, we'll make ourselves a little small. You can see like Jelon Kendrick, 17.5 a game. That's pretty dominating, isn't it? I mean, a big three of Nelson, Kendrick, and Swain is pretty hard to stop, right, Charge?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about as you were freezing up. So, I mean, just a solid big three. I think everyone was excited to see Azar Swain and see if he was as good as all the hype was around him. And he absolutely delivered, had a fantastic kind of first two rounds of the TBT, and, had a good supporting staff around him. So, solid big three there.
Should we, if the videos run fine, should we run what Swain said? Should we run Azar next?
Azar, run. Yeah, we have a video. Go for it. Azar's next.
Okay, we're here with Azar Swain. What's going on? First of all, big win, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's exciting, man. I'm glad to see these guys happy, man. We've been working hard. We came together today, man. A lot of people have doubted us in this tournament. A lot of people throughout my career doubted me being able to play point. I'm just out there trying to help my guys succeed, trying to defend at a high level. And it's great to get a win like this in a great atmosphere, man. And we're on to Monday, and it's not going to stop there.
Absolutely. Now, also, people think that basketball and academics can't blend. You guys took a big step in proving that's completely wrong, correct?
Say it one more time.
You took a big step in saying academics and basketball can blend. That was a big step forward today, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's our mission. Try to put that on the map. Try to put Ivy League school, Patriot League schools, high academic guys on the map, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's basketball. So we're out there. All my guys know how to compete at a high level, and you saw it today.
This is casual. Your boys are cheering over there. Hype. They're hype. Oh, there we go. They're hype, right?
Yes, sir.
So we
yes,
got
sir.
one more question. Let's you get some stuff poured on you
Yeah.
too. Steady playing a hostile environment. How are you able to keep your guys calm in that environment?
Man, this is just another hostile environment throughout my life, man. I've been in some crazy situations playing on the road at Duke, NCAA tournament. So, I mean, it feels rejuvenating to be in this type of environment again. So, it's awesome.
Thank you, sir. Go celebrate your team.
Yes, sir, I got you.
All right, so there you have it from Azar Swain, and I think the Ivy League fighting for that respect, just like we've kind of seen with D2 and D3 throughout the years. Just high level basketball, no matter where you're playing at. Obviously, Division I, D2, D3. If you're a top player, if you're in those national contenders, you're going to have a great team and deserve all the respect that they earned, and a big win over Boeheims. Are you there, Hainer?
I am. So, yeah, I got to see the team celebrating, too. I like how absolutely hyped they were after that win because winning in that environment, I was there. The Syracuse Regional was packed to the gills with Cuse fans. So showing them up had to be very satisfying. Can you imagine how satisfying that had to feel for the Nerd team?
Yeah, like I said, this was really the people's champ. I think aside from the Ivy League fighting for respect, right, wrong, or indifferent, the Boeheims Army team is looked at a little bit differently than they may have been looked at in years past, with obviously the addition of players who were non-alumni teams. So I think no disrespect to them, but I think they put a big mark on their back. They were the champions. They're bringing in players. The Nerd team went out there and took care of business and kind of the people's champ on that night.
Now, let's talk about a slightly different direction. Obviously, Nick Perkins presents a completely different challenge for the Nerd team because the kind of size he brings to the game is very tough to counteract. So what kind of a chance do they have against blue collar, not just shutting down the outside a game of Massenburg and Clark, but really dealing with the load that is Nick Perkins?
Yeah, I think obviously, Cuse had Raheem Christmas kind of as their big. I think Nick Perkins is just a whole nother level of just tough. I mean, Nick Perkins brings it day in, day out. He was, superstar last year as Buffalo made that run. But that's going to be, I think, really the matchup that they're going to have to contain. But the thing here is I just believe Blue Collar U is much deeper than the Nerd team. So when you're talking Perkins, you're talking Clark, you're talking Hamilton, you're talking CJ Massenburg, it's really pick your poison, who the ball's going to go through at that point in time. And, you still got great role players like Birdman and Carruthers. And so I think that's a really, really deep team once again this year. And it's going to be a tough matchup for the Nerd team.
So let's talk predictions, man. What do you think? I have a take. What's your take?
I think this is the end of the road for the Lambda. As enjoyable as the 2-game run was, I've always been high on Nerd team. I was high on them last year. I knew that St. Bonaventure game and Nerd team was going to be a great game. It lived up to the hype, and Nerd team squeezed that out. Shocked everyone with Boeheims, but yeah, I think this is the end of the road. The Alpha Betas from Blue Collar U take back the power, and I think we just see the depth of Blue Collar U go a little bit deeper.
I agree. I think we're both picking this game. I'm going blue collar, and not because the Nerds are going to be overmatched at the skill positions. I think that they're going to make shots. I think they're going to play well. I think it'll be a close game, but I think just their lack of size in comparison to a guy like Perkins will just wear them down. You can see too the minutes distribution. They're just a deeper team. They have a lot more bodies to throw at this. So I think you see they've played, a good number of people more than the Nerd team. I think the depth and the size, not the skill, not the quality of athleticism. Those are fairly even. I think it's the depth and size will make the difference. So, Charge, we're both on with the Nerd team, correct? Or both on with Blue Collar U?
Blue Collar U. You tried to confuse me there. You've talked for 2 minutes uninterrupted with no lag or no freezing.
I know.
So,
it's wild.
You almost threw me off with that question. But, yeah, we're both signing up for Blue Collar U tonight.
So let's go to the next matchup. Now, the Wichita region has been chalk on the left and kind of anarchy on the right. Now, Bleed Green's a quality team, but it's fair to say that very few people had them getting out of the first round, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, when you go against Eberline Drive, who's been, fixture to TBT for so many years, you expect them to come out and perform. And we believe this is one of the best Eberline teams they've ever put up. And to, kind of have Bleed Green come in and just kind of really take it to him was a shock to everybody. So I'm sure unless you were a Bleed Green follower, you probably did beat that. But I know you've asked me on the podcast before, is Eberline going to roll on him? I was absolutely not. I was always too afraid to pick Bleed Green, but obviously I was, respected their roster when you're looking at guys like Brandon Jefferson and Shannon Shorter, who were just really skilled athletes and a lot of TBT experience. You can't discount that. But yeah, I think that's probably, aside from the nerd team, one of the biggest surprises of TBT 2022, Everline going out that early.
Now, you mentioned Shorter. We actually did a short interview with them to preview this. Talked a little bit about how neither one of us picked them, especially me. I wasn't a believer. Should we run that to let them have their fun about calling me a moron?
Yes, let's do it.
I know you like hearing me called a moron anyway, so I know that entertains you. So let's go ahead. We got the team Bleed Green as guest time. Let's go ahead and play that interview. Okay, this is Zoom the TBT of Charge and Air. We are here with head coach Andre Shaw and star guard Shannon Shorter of Bleed Green. Let's get right in this. You guys have been the story early of the tournament, beating Eberline Drive, a TBT staple, and beating the K-State alum Purple and Black with Jacob Pull in the second round. Now, first of all, disclaimer, we eat crap as well as the next guy. We gave you guys no prayer. So, Andre, how dumb were we?
Stupid. No, man, you're not the only one. You know, Vegas counted us out. A lot of people counted us out. First year in this TBT, no real big superstar names. You know, Shannon played in it before. But a lot of guys counted us out. At the end of the day, man, we know what we're about. We put the work in, and I got winners in that locker room. I got winners, you know. And last time I checked, you don't win on paper. So we got it done.
You don't win on paper. You win on the damn court. That's very true. Shannon, playing a team like Eberline, which has been this event, been a finalist, really great, and then playing a game K-State team, like, how is your team able to cohese and have that level of confidence in the event to just go through these obstacles and get this far already?
I wouldn't say it's easy as it looks, you know. I think the first game against Eberline Drive, I think we kept the confidence throughout the game because we was making mistakes, giving them opportunities to score off our mistakes and etc. But when we fine-tuned that, when we started boxing out, when we got a little bit more physical on defense, when we stopped turning the ball over, the game kind of shifted. And we told each other that going into the fourth, we was down 10, but if we can just chop it down a little bit, by the time the Elam inning start, we felt confident enough that we had the guard play and the team and just the offensive prowess that we can pull some out. And then against K-State, we just, from the first game to the second game, it was like night and day. We took care of the ball. I think we had one turnover in the first game, and we won the second game in the first half, and then in the second, and we just won on the offensive glass. I think we beat them by 18 rebounds, and they're a very physical team. Gibson, Billy Walker, those guys down there. And it wasn't easy, but, you know, we stayed together. We fought hard, and we just knocked down some shots, you know.
And you held Michael Beasley to 0 points. He
Right.
didn't show up, obviously. But yeah. So, Andre Shaw, I'm going to ask you a question. There's a play that's been going around social media, which we retweeted because we loved it. You know what play I'm talking about, where basically you run a high action on a wing and then basically get two guys in the corner getting one guy to help. I'm not going to ask you to diagram it or like give up a secret, but like, how does that level of preparation of plays that artistically drawn help your players like Shannon get into spots where they can be successful?
Well, you know, we knew that the floor would be spread. We knew how the forwards would guard, and we just wanted to get our guards on that side and just have them attack the mismatch. You know, Kansas State, Bill Walker and Gibson, they play so low in that drop coverage, and I got pretty good guards. So within space that can make plays. And again, you know, at the highest level, backside, while there's action going on, there's a lot of ball watching. And I just keep on enforcing, you know, off the ball movement. And we were able to see areas to cut, and we made the right play.
What's interesting too, when you talk about off the ball movement, there's a lot of basketball players who have egos. Like I want to do ISOs. I want to do it myself. And bread and butter of every team, good teams, bad teams, people of talent, people without talent, off the ball, easy buckets are lifebloods to let you through those dark stretches. So plays like that really help you win. Now, Shannon, obviously you've gone through tough things already, and like, it doesn't get any easier. Now you have to play the number one seed in their home building. First of all, what do you anticipate the crowd being like? And second of all, how can your fans back home in North Texas support you?
I think they can support just by tuning into the game, and then I know we're gonna have some fans pull up to the arena, and we gonna be outnumbered for sure because we're in Wichita and they're gonna have a majority of the fans. But at the same time, that little fan support that we do get in the arena, we definitely hear it. And obviously, Wichita State is a very tough opponent. You know, I know a lot of those guys over there. I know what they made of. I know the cloth they come from. It's gonna be a fun game though. You know, I'm excited about it. Just compete though. You know, just compete against some of the best players that you hear about overseas, that you come against overseas. And so I know it'll be a good experience for myself, my teammates who haven't been in this situation. I've been in this moment before, but I think we got the leadership at the top to give ourselves a chance. And that's all you can ask for when it comes to these situations.
You give yourself a chance, you win the game. Okay, Andre, last question. We didn't pick you either of the first two games. And I assume you just don't want to pick you assume you just want to keep Warfel work. So like I assume you're gonna say stay on that side, right?
Nah, man, we knew what it was going into it. We knew that we were the underdogs in both games. But again, with great preparation, I said this in the post-game interview yesterday. I have the best assistant coach in the TBT in Clay Wilson, man. And veterans like Shannon and Brandon Jefferson, Jordan Stevens, and all my guys, man. Like this is a together thing. So with great preparation, man, we got a game plan and we're gonna execute and play our style of ball and looking to get it done tomorrow.
Get it done tomorrow. Gentlemen, Andre Shaw, Shannon Shorter of Bleed Green. Thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, those guys did a really good job of video work, which makes me even more excited. So, Charge me still. Got me, Charge?
Yeah, I don't know the question yet, but they obviously talked about that Wichita State crowd going out there. But looking at some of the attendance for the TBT so far, they had 4,800 people attend Wichita on day one. Obviously, more teams playing more games, went down to 3,300 on day two. So obviously, Wichita in the quarterfinals. I'm expecting this thing to be probably close to 4,000 people out there pulling for Wichita, and they ran through Wichita last year. They're hosting the quarterfinal this year, so some extra motivation for them to get past this round because that was a special thing that TBT did for them this year. So you're going to have the Wichita and Omaha regional winners face off of Wichita. So if they get through this round past Bleed Green, then they're going to get an extra game in Wichita.
Now, we'll say the extra game thing is very important. Now, the Bleed Green gotten this far, and they're really good. This minutes distribution looking thing, 30 minutes and 30-minute game is fairly heavy load to carry. And you see the Aftershocks minute distribution, they're just a deeper team. Besides the crowd, will the Aftershock play a role going forward?
Yeah, obviously, I think with the Bleed Green side, you got that big three with Brandon Jefferson, Jordan Stevens, Shannon Shorter, which you heard Coach talk about, and there's a lot more depth on there. Some guys that they can come into play. I can't remember the scores, but I think that first game they pretty much ran through, had a pretty easy road in game one, so that probably helped with the minutes we see on paper here. But Frank Camp really hasn't started to do crazy stuff yet. Obviously, performing, producing well, but expected him to step up today. Daryl Willis, has been solid for them. Tyus McGee, same thing. They've been steady, but not putting up crazy numbers. So I think they have the depth, and I think a couple of these guys are due to break out tonight and really have a fantastic game against Bleed Green.
Charles, what's your prediction? Yeah.
My prediction, obviously, we've been picking against Bleed Green all along, and I am not going to pick against Bleed Green any longer. So despite the home crowd, the hype that's going to be there, Brandon Jefferson on paper has been the best player in the TBT thus far. I mean, he has just dominated through two games, hitting almost 50% of his shots. So I'm really picking, that team effort, that, great coaching staff, and picking the hottest player in the TBT right now to continue to stay hot.
Yeah, you know what? I got them to kind of I imagine they would really prefer I stay over there. So even though there'll be a chance to win the game, I'm going to head against. I think they would have it any other way because it's gotten them farther. That the sort of not having people respect them. So I'm at the Shocks home crowd, and I'm hoping Bleak improves me wrong. It'd be a great story, but I'll give them motivation. I'm picking the Shocks, so we'll see what happens. So Charge, it's going to be a big night tonight. Are you excited?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We got 2 games of regional finals. I mean, the quality of the teams in the TBT this year has been outstanding. The games have been outstanding. A lot of games. I think Matt from Skits by Lou texted out the number of single-digit games this year was crazy. I think almost 70% of the games were single-digit finals. So just exciting stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Somebody just tagged into the chat saying, "Look for Jason Gers to be the X factor for this league team." So that's quite possible. Like, they've got to go off. Like, I'm picking against them only based on the crowd, and also because I'm so I'd like to want picking against them. Yeah, it could be a pretty big factor in the game. It's been a lot of fun, Charles. Where will you be? I'll be in West Virginia watching the 2 semifinal games of the region. Where will you be?
I'll be wherever you just said it. You were doing good for a while there, and it broke up at the end. But hopefully, I will make it to West Virginia tomorrow. I'm watching from home tonight, and if you're asking about West Virginia, yes, plans are to eventually make it down there sometime tomorrow by noon or so. So looking forward to catching those games. Those are going to be fantastic. So watch out for those previews.
Okay, Charge, I can't hear me right now. Sign us off. Yeah. Hey, Charge, sign us off. It's going fun. Just sign us off.
Zoom to I never have to do this part. Zoom to TBT with Charge and Hater. There we go. Do I have to do this so you can edit right and do all that?
Hope you enjoyed listening to Zoom the TBT with Charge and Hater. Subscribe to YouTube, follow on Twitter, and give us your money.